These royals have some nerve. Did you know the royal family actually admitted that Kate never had cancer? And yet they are still walking around claiming they have steadfast support. What's going on here? They cannot be this clueless or think we're that gullible. Listen, we need to talk about this because it's been on my mind all weekend. And gee, something else that's been on my mind. Andrew actually came up with the money he needed, and he did it through private means. Let me find out that Fergie has an OnlyFans page, or maybe Camilla does, selling pictures of her feet, because somehow Andrew raised all the money he needs to pay the king and keep his stay at Royal Lodge. And, by the way, Cora is still under the weather with a chest cold. All I can say is, God, do your thing. This whole scandal is taking over social media right now, especially on Twitter, and I think it's an attempt to distract everyone from the big investigation that just came out. This investigation showed that not only do William and his father own huge portions of the UK, but they are profiting off of it as slumlords, charging poor tenants exorbitant prices and making billions. Despite their efforts to play it down, this was the most watched documentary in the UK in 2024, hands down. So what did the royals do to distract people? They threw Kate under the bus, resurrecting the Kate cancer narrative. They are now admitting that she never had cancer. According to Channel 4's dispatches, investigative journalist Jack Thorne reported on the documentary, The King, the Prince and Their Secret Millions. It has been the most watched Dispatches show this year, with over 13 million views across social media platforms. And now, even GB News and the BBC are confirming that Kate never had cancer. It turns out that she had a surgery where doctors found precancerous cells, which, as anyone knows, are not the same as cancer. They are benign. When Sky News clarified this, many people felt vindicated, as they'd suspected something was off. People are asking, how did someone with precancerous cells end up recovering from cancer? The palace even claimed that she was cancer-free, but they had never said she had cancer in the first place. So I reveal all of this now. I firmly believe they are trying to distract us from the Channel 4 documentary about the royals' hidden wealth. Plus, it's suspicious how they are trying to erase any record that Kate was ever sick. It's odd, similar to how the Queen erased all mention of her cousins who were mentally disabled. Why do they go to such lengths to appear different from everyone else? Remember when Kate herself talked about mere mortals, and how regular people wouldn't be able to relate to her. That same Kate refused to work, with William even stepping back on her behalf. She practically disappeared for a year, and no one noticed she was gone, only for us to find out it wasn't even true. Here's another interesting point. Twitter user Nina recently shared screenshots showing the palace confirming that Kate did not have cancer and was not receiving any treatment beyond surgery. And yet, after all that, there were staged photos of her looking refreshed, except for a bruised eye, which fueled rumors. A January headline even stated, Palace confirms Kate Middleton is not undergoing cancer treatment after surgery. She's a healthy 42-year-old who got almost a year off and made a mockery of actual cancer patients, which could explain why she hasn't visited a single cancer hospital or charity. Some are calling out the apparent hypocrisy. For instance, Twitter user Randall shared that if she had a facelift, she should just be honest. And C. Whistler pointed out that cervical intraepithelial neoplasia, SIN, describes abnormal but benign cells in the cervix. CIN is not cancer, though untreated cells may become cancerous in the future. Still, CIN does not cause symptoms. The fact that the palace lied about this is disgraceful. They used a cancer scare, one of the most terrifying diagnoses, as a PR stunt. All the while, they knew Kate never had cancer. Now they are backtracking, saying that she had unwavering support from Windsor, but for what? She didn't have cancer, she didn't make any charitable contributions related to it, and William seemed indifferent, rolling his eyes whenever it came up. Honestly, it feels like a big sham. Their mission at its core is to maintain the status quo, an aristocratic system designed to keep them on top. It seems obvious now. Kate, William, Charles, and Camilla are all performing their roles as part of this well-crafted con. They promote themselves as dedicated to public service, but it's a lie. Their true mission is to uphold white supremacy, with the traditional nuclear family as their emblem of success. They'll never have to struggle financially, never face real consequences for their actions, and ultimately they'll keep reinforcing this system. This isn't just an isolated scandal. Look at Andrew. Despite his disgrace, he's still financially supported and now secured his stay at Royal Lodge with legitimate funds supposedly signed off by Sir Michael Stevens, keeper of the Privy Purse. This financial maneuver came after King Charles threatened to cut him off if he couldn't find a way to pay. So where did he get this money? Is William helping him? Is Charles? It's a mystery, but knowing the royals, we'll likely never get a straight answer. Honestly, I think divorce bells are ringing for William and Kate. And if they don't separate soon, it's possible they have already arranged a quiet separation to go into effect once their kids are older. William wants to shake things up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he eventually becomes the first British king to divorce a queen consort. Let's be real, the royal family is in for a rough year. Andrew managed to hold on to Royal Lodge, yet his wealth sources remain suspect. This family is funded by the system they uphold, a system they want us to believe is still legitimate. But I think change is coming. The royal family may have to confront a new generation that is less willing to accept these outdated hierarchies and more insistent on transparency.